Unfortunately, it's one of those things. You get old, you get grumpy, and you get to be me. Hey campers, George here. Yep, back in the man cave. It's been a while. I had my children come visit for 10 days and they kept me more than busy. If you watched my last video showing you the 10 days of our time together, a good time was had. It had been a while since I'd seen my kiddos, so that took up all my time. Much needed time, and now back in the man cave doing what I do. Whatever that is. I've been doing a lot of thinking about that guy over there. Right after my children left, I had done something. I woke up in the morning and I had a crick in my back. And within 2 days, I couldn't even walk, barely sit. The most comfortable position was standing. Let me tell you, it was not good. Eventually got to see the doctor. The way things are right now, that's not an easy thing to do. So finally got an appointment. They got me sorted out, standing up straight again. But that gave me time while I was lying on my back, not moving, got me thinking. I'm not a young'un anymore, and I have to start being a little bit more careful about what I do and pay attention to what I do. I'm sure a lot of you out there are starting to feel it. I certainly am. Feel that I have to change the way I go into the outdoors and what I do and how I do it. Sleeping on the ground anymore is not really an option for me. I suffer for it, so I got to improve the way I'm enjoying my outdoor experience. And with age, that changes. And that got me thinking about what I want to do in the outdoors. I absolutely love the outdoors. I want to be out there all the time. With age, things get limiting. You know, the good old glory days of just waking up in the morning, throwing on a heavy backpack and trundling off into the outdoors and just having a good time, doing whatever you wanted to do. Those days for me are long gone. Now I have to plan, and plan carefully what I take with me, how I take it, how I'm going to transport it there, set up and things like that. Just everything that I took so for granted is going away for me. I now have to really plan what I do. Unfortunately, it's one of those things. You get old, you get grumpy, and you get to be me. What can I say? It's the truth. No hiding that. I had this past week, I was laid up on my back, got my notebook out and started making notes and really thinking about what I want to do. I don't want to change anything on my channel. I want to be outdoors. That's what I love to do. Just being an outdoor junkie, but an older guy outdoor junkie. My point is, I'm sitting here tonight making notes on Walkabout. It's been a while since I went on a walkabout, and I suspect it's because it's getting harder for me to do. It's certainly not limiting me from doing it. I just haven't had the time to plan. That's what I'm doing right now. I am looking at my walkabouts. I love to go on a walkabout. I can amuse myself for days out there and just looking at things or just sitting and enjoying the quiet, the nature sounds and things like that. I love that stuff, and I want to keep doing that. But the way I do it and what I'm going to be doing is going to change for me. And part of that change is what I take with me and how I'm going to take it. Hence, my Daypack. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably seen my review on the LL Bean. It's a great pack. I love this. So I sat down and I made a list of what I want to do in the outdoors, how I'm going to do that. And I'm hoping that I've come up with a solution that I can handle that is not going to affect my experience outdoors. With that in mind, my Daypack. It's basically the update for the rest of my life. It's not just my 2020 update. This is going to be the way I'm going to be doing my walkabouts, what I'm going to be doing in the walkabouts for as long as I can. Everything in that backpack, I'm hoping, going to allow me to do just that. You just bear with me here. I love the outdoors. I love walkabouts. I love strolling around, and I love to share that experience. I want it to be a good story. You know me, when I go in the outdoors and I'm doing a walkabout, I normally try to find time to make a meal, a cup of coffee, to stop and just enjoy the outdoors and share it with you. That's what I want to do. I want to make it better. I want to make a well-edited video so people can enjoy it and hopefully encourage people to go out and enjoy the outdoors. And with that in mind, the backpack is what it's about. And for me, I've really found a new thing that I'm really enjoying about the outdoors, and that is cooking. As you know, my diet restricts me on what I can eat. And now my diet is pretty boring. Well, it was. I'm basically on a not quite a full vegetarian diet, more of a Mediterranean diet, but a little stricter, limiting meat, nothing fancy. And to be honest, I was running out of ideas on how to cook this stuff. Vegetarian meals can be very boring. And then I saw that video which showed me you don't have to just boil or grill. You can bake in the outdoors. That opened my eyes. And now I'm thinking, you know what? I now have all these new things available to me that I can cook in the outdoors and share with you guys. And that's what this pack's going to be about. But to give you ideas, I need to have the stuff that I need to do that in that backpack and be comfortable doing it. So here it is here. Like I said, this is my main Warden Daypack. Probably one of the best buys I've ever made. It wasn't cheap. It's $100. I'm not sure what they are now, but it's been well worth it for me. It's an extremely comfortable, small, about 30-liter backpack, which allows me to pack. You'll be surprised how much you can get into it. The problem is my old back and this backpack have to match. It allows you to put in, like any backpack, it allows you to put things on the back. On the back here, I have my Woods Chogan tomahawk. I chose to take this. I thought about using my big favorite guy up there, my trail boss, but it's a little bit heavy for me to take on a walkabout. This is a lot lighter. I don't intend to be chopping down big trees or anything that. Typically, I'm going to be chopping down wood for a fire, not a big fire, just something to cook a meal on. Here I have just a belt knife, which would be on my belt. This one is my Gerber. I'm really enjoying this. I do have what I would consider a lot better bushcraft knives, but for me and for a walkabout, this is perfect. All the links will be in the description below. On the bottom, I have rolled up my DD Hammocks 3x3 top. If I'm going to be out there, I want to be able to go out in the rain if necessary. Or I'm out there in a sudden rain shower, I've got my top, and I've wrapped it in a pad that I like to take with me. I always like to have a pad. The ground may be wet, soggy, that sort of thing. So I can use that as a ground mat. It's not very big. It's about 3 foot by 2 foot. In my side pouches here, a little electronic lantern, a first aid pack, nothing fancy, just the basics, and it fits into the side pouch. I wanted it on the outside because if something happens, it's easy access. On the side pockets, it does have little pouches in there, and in this one here, I have things like trash bags, Ziploc bags, and a big kitchen trash bag. Leave no trace, and you don't want to leave junk lying around. My leather gloves. There is a big open pouch on the front. Part of my walkabout kitchen sits perfectly in here, and this is a frying pan. It's big enough that it got too much to put into the main pouch because it got in the way of everything. It has another pouch, nesting cup, my big clean canteen. On a walkabout, I don't typically use a lot of water. I'll drink a bit of water and that sort of thing if it's hot and that sort of thing. I normally carry enough for me to make a cup of coffee and to drink out of. That was a dilemma for me. I was running out of room here. So I need to carry more water. But then I thought, why? I have a water purification system. Wherever I go, around here, and when I go on walks, I like to go where there's water. I like to go by the rivers and listen to the water, and there's always a lot more to see around water. So I'd have access to water, so I figured I would take my bee-free system. I did decide that I would have one thing extra in it. I've learnt my lesson on hydration. Last camping video, I got dehydrated and I got into a little bit of trouble. This pack has 2 pouches and has a small front, well, a smaller front pouch. In here, I will have a light jacket. This will change in winter. Water purification system, here it is right here. And like I said, it is the Cadodine bee-free system. And I have a headlamp, my monocular. I love taking this everywhere with me. A lot of the times I do see deer and things like that. They're just too far away to get a good look at them. And this guy really helps me get a closer look at it. The other thing I have is a possibles pouch. Personally, I call them a things pouch. I don't know what possibles means. And that's in this front pouch. Typically, this is stuff that I would like to get to if I need it right away. A headlamp. Then I have the main pouch. What I have in here right now is not really what I'd take with me. I will have planned a meal. I will only be taking the things that I need to make that meal. Right now, I wanted to have everything in my Walkabout kitchen in here right now. I have 2 of these guys, and they Sea to Summit dry bags. They're very small dry bag. They're not very big, but they're perfect for putting your food in. Ingredients for my meals will be in these things. I will have, as a backup, have my 1 burner stove with a can of gas in it. We start to look at cooking. This here is my little baking pan, and it's that one that I use to make bread and things like that. The top modification French press into an oven. My French press. I do have a cutting board, and it's a small plastic cutting board, and it's nice to have a little hard flat surface. If I don't need it, it won't be coming with me depending on what I'm planning on doing. This is a titanium pot. Inside here is all my coffee makings. This is my cooking pot. I have gaiters, leg gaiters. A lot of the times early in the morning, there's been a lot of mist and foggy dew, and you're walking in with a pair of long pants and the bottom of your pants get really soaking wet. These help. The way this is set up right now, I can basically cook anything. I can bake, I can boil, I can fry, grill, I can do anything I want. That is basically my let's go have a meal, walk about and check it out meal. This really sits on my back well. I think I've finally found a niche for my day warden pack. A good solid day in the outdoors, cook a good meal and walk about and share some things, do a review of a product for the outdoors and things like that. Those are my plans, all due to, what can I say, old age. It's inevitable. I think I'm finally coming to grips with it. Updates to my Walkabout Daypack. Thanks for watching. And as always, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. And now you really do. Who knows? Old Age George will be back. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll be finding something else that's going to help me as I get old. Older. I'm still young at heart. Just my body's struggling to keep up with that. And pretty sure I'll be back with some good stuff and hopefully a good story. Just saying. Thanks for watching.